Introduce us, Aaron.
Oh. Well,
He's like, whoa, you put me on the spot.
well, hello, guys. Welcome back to our podcast. Today we're going to, we have Miss Dee Dye on again. And, of course, Aaron and Corey Lindsay. This is her first time. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Well, this is Miss Dee Dye with
Mississippi Alliance to End Suicide Mates.
We promised you guys that we were going to have her on. Again, this is request of some parents. We'll kind of move around here.
Yeah, let's do it together. We're good.
So basically, we have Dee in here today to talk about suicide and things, and we know that it's one of those really touchy issues.
There's a huge stigma.
Yeah, so anyways, we wanted to have her on here today. She works with a lot of other different organizations. We've got a lot of questions that we're going to ask her, and she's going to help us on. We do want you to know that they have outreach, and if you need outreach, it is, go ahead and tell them your number, give them your info.
It's Dee Dye, D-E-E, 2 words. Dee Dye, D-E-E-D-Y-E. Mississippi Alliance to End Suicide Mates, which is, she's playing with the camera, which is out of Madison, but I'm in Biggersburg. You can reach me
I'm sorry, I will quit. Okay.
You can reach me at 731-610-3740, or you can email me at d.a.die, D-Y-E, at msn.com.
We're gonna bug y'all for just 1 minute. I'm not satisfied with y'all not being able to see her, so.
Oh, she's gonna put me in the middle.
Yeah.
So Corey has to be in this too.
No, well, it's not about me. I tell everybody that.
Well, no, but you're in this.
So.
Yes, get up here. We'll get in here.
There we go.
Let's get over here by air.
We still ain't got some more.
I'm on Facebook. Here we go.
Now we're good. We got the right angle.
Okay, now we got it. Corey, get it there.
Sorry.
It's okay.
My apologies.
You can catch me on Facebook, same name, Dee Dye. If you can't reach me, you can look up Kate Springsteen. She's my right-hand girl. Look her up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're all three on those. If you don't want to talk to us girls, you can always reach out to Henless22, Joey McNutt of the Ronnie McNutt Foundation.
So tell us don't get too in depth, but tell us a little bit about how you got started with Mates and what your mission is to try to reach others who may be in a position of choosing to take their own life, okay, or suicide. Okay. Because again, we all know that this is a topic that has some huge stigmas to it, but I think that it is an important topic, and I think that suicide is something that really has probably touched
everybody,
more folks than what realize.
If you think about it, everybody knows somebody that has died by suicide, whether it's their friend, whether it's a friend by a friend, family, it doesn't matter.
Or even Hollywood now. I mean, like,
it's
we
so
have
common.
favorite actors. I know I have a favorite actor, and I never would have thought that he would have been that type of person. You know, you always, it's like I tell folks, even on Facebook, you see highlight reels.
You do. So, we see highlights of everybody. I mean,
but tell us how you got started.
Okay.
Let's go back. Let's go back and let's tell us why it was important and how you got started with Mates.
Phew. I got married. I met my husband in '98, Terry Dye. We got married in 2000. We were married for 11 years, over 11 and a half years. I came home from work on October the 19th, 2011, and he had died by suicide. At that time in Tennessee, we lived in Tennessee. At that time, there was nothing, no outreaches, nobody, stigma attached. So everybody didn't talk about suicide. They assumed that he just died, which is unacceptable to me. No outreaches, no one to talk to, no one to understand it. Fast forward to December 24th of 2011. Cold, it's 20 degrees outside. I'm laying in my front yard in a tank top and a pair of panties with a revolver, crying my eyes out, asking why. Fixing to just end it because I couldn't deal with what was going on in my life after my husband passing away. Luckily, I stood up. I dusted my butt off, and I started walking forward. And I just sat there for a couple of years and was thinking, how can I change this? I kept working. I got injured a little over a year later at Toyota, got off on workers' comp, stayed off. It was like God put me in a place and said, you're going to sit here and you're going to think about this.
Your back was against the wall.
It was. I mean, there's nothing to think about. I'm coming home every day to where my husband died, in my front yard at my steps.
And then, of course, there you are now suffering
With PTSD, anxiety, and depression, which PTSD, non-combat PTSD, which is a traumatic event. It is real. It does happen.
Yes.
I do have PTSD.
A lot of people think, talking about PTSD, not to interrupt you, but you
no.
made a very valid point, because a lot of people think that PTSD only
deals with
comes-
veterans and war.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But they don't think about those who maybe had a very traumatic car accident.
You're
Those
correct.
things don't go away. I know that my daughter has a few friends that suffered some pretty bad car accidents, and
And they have PTSD from it.
they do, and some anxiety, and some of that being because simply put, your life changes.
It's, to me, it's like having a traumatic brain injury. It's that severe because, I mean, anything triggers you. Non-combat PTSD is any traumatic event. Suicide is the number one thing that causes PTSD. You're correct. If you're in a car accident, if you're robbed, if you're carjacked, if you're anything traumatic, if you witness your parents dying, that can trigger. I lost both of my parents, watched both of my parents pass away. I already had PTSD, so it made it worse.
So again, our Mates Foundation is just one of many outreaches that we
Yes.
have. And the whole total point in doing all this, like when you and I met through Cali, and now you and I have talked about Mr. Pope, and we'll talk a little bit about
yes.
him today and what
Love
he's got
Mr.
coming up
Reed.
next Thursday.
Love him.
But there's so many outlets here that people don't know.
You're correct.
There's a lot of outlets here where folks can seek services and seek help, and just know that someone is there.
Yeah, Kate and I, my right-hand girl Kate, she and I, a lot. I mean, it's multiple times a week. We catch people saying stuff on Facebook, or they will message us, or they'll snap us, or they will anything us and tell us, I just need to talk. I just want to talk. Or I'll get the call that, oh my gosh, this person's suicidal. Can you help me?
And if you just want to talk, guys, Dee's number is 731-610-3740. If you're a veteran or someone that needs some more in-depth help with that type of PTSD, she has connections to Hinderless. You guys can find Hinderless here on our Facebook.
You can also call Mr. Ricky Pope.
You can call Mr. Ricky Pope. So there's lots and lots of resources out there. Now, as far as mates go, what are some of the? We know that they can get a hold of you, and you said that there was another lady on staff.
Oh, Miss Vicky, who is
Miss Vicky. Can you share Miss Vicky's number and where she's located at, and Kate's number and where she's located at?
Let me get it. You know I've got it.
Gary, you know I'm always going to be full of questions. You're supposed to be prepared.
I'm not.
I can't wait till my couch comes in.
Oh,
Next
that's gonna
time
be
we're going to be
amazing.
having these conversations, we're going to be sitting on a couch.
Nice comfy couch.
Yep, couch. That's the goal. A couch. So y'all tell us, what she's doing is she's looking up some more numbers for the ladies that work with her in outreach. I guess, look, she brought me a goodie bag.
I did.
She did. Look at this, guys. Miss D brought me this goodie bag. I'm going to stand up here, take the camera over, and listen, she hooked me up.
I
Look at
did.
that thing. Look.
Oh, I love that.
I did it because I've always
Absolutely.
When I attempted suicide, I had a pit bull, and my husband had bought him for me. And that dog got me through this.
Oh my gosh, you brought me some stress balls, girl. Some pins, all kinds of
And
things.
there's a duck in there.
Uh,
When you get your Jeep, you can put it up on your dash.
I
'cause
know,
there's duck seed.
that's my goal. That's my goal.
Kate's phone number is 662-210-5866. That's Kate, my right-hand girl. You can message her. You can look her up on Facebook. Be careful with her. She's got a 5-week-old little boy that I've been loving on.
So in other words, if she doesn't call you right back or answer immediately, please be patient, guys. I know that some situations, that's another thing where you're looking for the other number.
Right.
Sometimes you're not in those dire situations of thinking about the suicide. Maybe you just need some mental help. That's okay. These services are still available. There is still someone here that loves you, cares about you, and is willing to listen.
And if you can't get a hold of one of us, I'm going to give you Miss Vicky. It's Mississippi Alliance to End Suicide. It's Vicky Winslet. She's amazing. She's the one that started this. She's the head honcho. Love her to pieces. She lost her partner, and this is why she wanted to do something about this. She does grief. She teaches classes also.
We need to get her up here. So if anybody's interested in a grief class, okay?
Here, we turn my I don't have my glasses on.
Hang on, you want to borrow my glasses, girl?
No, I have my glasses. I just don't want to put them on today.
Miss Vicky's number is 601-301-6677.
And that's going to be in the comments below for you guys. I think I got the number wrong. I forgot to add the 1 at the end, so I'm going to retop that. But Miss Vicky Winslet's number is there for you. My apologies. It is a 601.
She's in
prefix.
Madison, Mississippi. Yeah.
Yeah. So awesome. And listen, you don't have to tell anybody. This is all private. It's all confidential.
Let me do say that. I do have a rule, and I have a rule with all my people. If you talk to us, let me get up here by Aaron. If you talk to me, or you talk to any of us, we don't repeat it. If you have an amazing story or a journey, we might ask you, can we share your story, but not your name. Anything you say to us is private, confidential. The only time that we ever speak of anything is if you're suicidal and you do not accept help.
What do you think right now is probably the biggest issue that Mates has with reaching out to others, or, you know?
Mates just got started. I've been with them about a year and a half.
Okay.
It's a new grassroots, new. I think she got her 501c. She is nonprofit. We are nonprofit. She just got it in 2019. I started working with her in 2021.
So almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years. Be 2 years in September, I do believe.
So the classes and stuff, how many classes are y'all able to give, and where do you give the classes, the grief counseling classes?
We can do grief classes anywhere we would like. The problem is getting people to come and do the grief classes. They don't quite understand that it's okay to speak up, and it's okay to tell your story, and it's okay not to tell your story. It's basically letting people know, here's a group of people, we all understand you, we all get it. If you need us.
So how many people, like if a group was interested in starting some of the counseling classes, how long do those classes last? Or are they just more or less
it's a training,
just like a meeting group where you can...
Well, the training classes are usually a day training class. Or if we do Safe Talk, it's a day. Or if we do assist is 2 days. But I go through Mississippi Department of Human Services to get the Safe Talk and the assist set up.
Okay.
I had some classes set up for here in Corinth, and you need at least 10 people to do it. Here's the bad part about it. People don't want to do the classes.
Why? What do you think the biggest reason of them not wanting to do it? I mean, I understand again that it is a very, very sticky subject, a very tender subject.
But if you had the chance to have the knowledge, a little bit of knowledge, if you see somebody struggling, going, "Let me help you. Come, let me hold your hand."
But do you think that that is their apprehension? Do you think that that is just, them being maybe afraid to open up?
If for the people who take the classes like Assist and Safe Talk, which teaches people how to recognize, how to deal with, and how to reach out to other people, I think that's scary. And I think that, my favorite comment that people make to me, and it's so sad. What if I go to them and I work with them and they still complete suicide?
Yeah, that's
But
you never
that's
know, but
it.
you got to know at the end of the day that the services are there and that you tried. So, as someone who is a huge empath, I don't know if any of you know what that is. We're not going to get into it. You can look it up if you don't know. But for someone who is a huge empath, and I just recognize that about myself in the last 4 or 5 years.
Right.
But you kind of, and you just kind of take all that on. Okay?
You do.
And so you see that, and you meet these people, you have these experiences, and that is forever going to haunt you and be a part of, your anxiety and PTSD. So the classes.
Let me interrupt you on that. After a certain point in time, you learn to absorb it, and it becomes a part of you, and you learn from what you do with others. If you spoke this way and this didn't help that person, but you got that person help, or you couldn't help that person, you still put yourself out there and you absorb it and you learn and go forward.
Well, people who like you and interact with you and respond to you may not like or interact or respond to me. I mean,
that's okay.
That's okay. That's what I was telling you earlier. We had a conversation, about a little bit of rudeness, and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I just don't deal with that. So if it's negative or it's rude, I will immediately turn and just quit.
You have to. We get to a certain age in life, and, me dealing with PTSD, anxiety, and depression, and dealing with daily stuff, even my personal life, dealing with it. I don't do rudeness. If you're rude, gotta go. If you work with me and I find out you're rude, you gotta go.
So your classes, the day classes,
yes,
they teach you how to deal with the grief, how to recognize the trends and traits.
Right. The thing of it is, they ask for, it's either 10 or 15 people, and the sad part about it is, Mr. Reiki and I, where you're going to have it at the National Garden Corinth, he sent out 1,000 emails on it. I sent out, oh my gosh, tons, links. Come take this class, send it to teachers. I had 3 people to fill out the paperwork. 3.
Well, and that goes kind of back to, most people don't even read their email. They'll only read what they want to read, and if
You're correct.
it's something that concerns them, and that's kind of why we started gotten to do this. We should all have a lot of concerns in community. We need to put the unity back in community.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I feel like we talk a lot of this, we talk a lot of lip service, and we talk about a lot of outreach. And there is a lot of outreach happening. There's Mississippi, listen, I'm not down in where I live because I've actually been doing some statistics and numbers that I want to share with folks. So for example, there was a lot of people against the lottery, right? However, our teachers just got the biggest pay raise that they ever got in 35 years because of the lottery and the money that it brings in, because people were taking it across to Tennessee, and whatnot. So that just happened, and people won't change here. That's the thing, and they want resources, and they want to know about those resources. So that was kind of like our biggest thing is, we know the middle of the day is not often really good for people to watch, but some people do tune in, and they come back. So we thought, well, what if we can do something, like every Thursday and have something new going on? And so it's been really exciting to do that because we feel that is another venue, another vehicle to get the word out to people. And we always ask them to share. We always say, hey, if this is value to you, please share it with your friends, because about 90% of the world now is on Facebook.
Oh, yes.
Even though they say that they're not, and the younger generation, is starting to get to the TikToks and the Instagrams and stuff. But Facebook is still strong, and social media is still strong in getting the word out for concerns. So I just want to remind anybody that's watching, or maybe just tuning in, this is Miss Dee Dye, and she's with the Mississippi Alliance to End Suicide Mates, and they have a huge outreach. You were telling us a few of the different nonprofits that we had around here that are all working together. Of course, we know one of them was Hinderless 22 for the veterans, and we know a little bit about what they do, and you can find them on Facebook as well. And they have a special group. They do outreach, specifically to veterans. They're not going to turn anybody down because they have other vehicles like Miss D. If you're not a veteran, and you're going to tell us some of the other ones, right?
Right.
So maybe you're non-veteran and you want to get some help. Maybe you just want to chat, or maybe you just feel like you have no other choice. Simply not true, guys. There are people here. Tell us one of the other organizations that you're dealing with right now.
Well, you can always call, text, 988.
No, for the puppies. No, we got them their information.
Where's Kimberly?
Tell them about
Hey, Kimberly.
the organization that you're working with.
Kimberly.
For the puppies.
It's For the Puppies Academy. I'm going to hand this to you because I don't know what. For the Puppies Academy, it's Kimberly and Philip Jackson. Love them. They train your dogs. They groom your dogs, which I make my dogs groom, Kimberly. Their information is?
Their phone number is 662-603-4687, and you can also email her or him at kim@forthepuppies.com.
And that's pretty cool. I was telling Dee, you and I know a mutual person. They actually just got a therapy puppy about a month or so ago. So this is an amazing thing. It's not just for those who maybe can't see or can't hear. Or have, they use these training animals now for diabetes. Diabetes. I think that we have one
Cancer.
child that that had autism not long ago, and I think they were able to get him a therapy dog. So guys, therapy dogs can be wonderful.
Speaking of autism, we work with Reconnect for Autism. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. It's Brad Esri and Don Esri and Don's wife, Charlotte. They do a lot of events. They do the glow run, the color run. You'll see them at our events. We go to their events. Hinderless 22 goes to all the events. And you have the National Guard.
So this just goes to show you.
And the puppies.
There are a plethora of resources here in the community, and we want to share them with you. We're going to keep sharing them with you. Next Thursday, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to go somewhere. Next week, we're going to go somewhere.
Where you go?
We're going to go to the National Guard Armory.
Yay.
And we're going to be visiting Mr. Ricky Pope. So for those of you that know Mr. Ricky Pope,
me,
be watching about his story. It's all about Mr. Pope and what he's doing. If you don't know Mr. Pope, I'm going to give you a little brief history right now about him. Please reach out to him. He's over the National Guard over in the Corinth area. I know he also works with Terry Tolan and Toy McAnally with the VFW and things like that. So those are resources.
He also works with the American Legion, who is Nora Moreland. She's over it. So,
okay.
And she's one of our connections.
We'll be getting those numbers and stuff for you. I know some of you will not watch this video till later. So #replay. Leave us some love. Leave us some comments. And if you need more information, comment on the video. The videos are monitored. We can come back and get you phone numbers, anything that you need.
Yes.
But Mr. Ricky Pope, he spent 50 years in the military, in military services, guard services, 20 years as a civilian. Really excited about him because he's got 2 nonprofits. And when he told me he had 2 nonprofits, I was like, what? 2 nonprofits? So the first nonprofit that he's been doing, I don't like Cameron, she knows that. The first nonprofit, I don't mind talking, I don't mind sharing information, but Cameron's really not something I like. But anyhow, 18 plus years, his nonprofit has been responsible for sending care packages and boxes over to the troops, guys.
Yes.
Over 200,000 boxes. This man has worked with the community and people who cared enough to send them to the troops overseas. That's amazing.
But what's in the packages?
He didn't tell me that. We're going to get more into that when we talk to him and more about it when we go see him next Thursday. And then he also has a nonprofit that it's called Biblical Citizenship.
Yes.
I'm really excited about this one too. He gives the class Church of the Crossroads on Sundays at 5, and then the American Legion Thursdays at 6:30. You can look up Mr. Ricky Pope if you want to, if you want his number. If you want information about the Biblical Citizenship class or helping out with the boxes, making donations for the troops and the boxes and things, leave us a comment below. Again, I know that some of you will not see this until later, but again, if you find any of this information useful, please, please, please share. And then Miss Dee, Aaron, y'all close it up for us. Tell us one more time, Dee, the information, and Aaron, share for us one more time about the puppies
I'll let you go.
and the training academy we got here.
Of course. For the Puppies Training Academy, a really, really good, very good thing.
They are 501c nonprofit. They do. We do a lot of benefits together with them. They always support us. We support them. They just had a puppy birthday bash at the Pizza Grocery, and we all celebrated how many years they'd been doing this, and it's amazing. Love them.
So definitely, if you're looking for or thinking about getting a puppy and you want to get it trained for, any kind of just not mental health issues, whatever the case may be, if you want to get them trained, of course, again, you can call them at 662-603-4687, or you can reach her or him by email at kim@forthepuppies.com.
They're amazing. And again, I'm Dee Dye. I'm with Mississippi Alliance to End Suicide Mates. You can reach me at 731-610-3740. It is my cell. You can text me, be anonymous, reach out to me. If you want to call me, call me. If you want to text me, text me. I'm on Facebook under Dee Dye. You can message me. I will not repeat what you tell me. I can get you help. I can get you where you need to be. If you need mental assistance, I can get you there. If you're suicidal and you need me to come to you, let me come to you. Let one of my girls come to you. We're always, I have to say this, May the 20th, Henderless 22 and I have an event at the Corinth Park. We're not sure what we're doing. Joey wants to do something with the families. September the 9th is Walk for Hope. It's Worldwide Suicide Prevention Weekend, so we always try to do it that weekend. There's also an event in Madison that weekend, but
The one September the 9th, Walk for Hope, where is it at?
it's at the Corinth City Park.
City Park.
It's a $25 fee. You get a T-shirt that says Walk for Hope.
Okay.
You walk the trail, and you'll see shoes, you'll see signs, you'll see our loved ones' pictures. We'll be there. Other people will be there, and we're there for you.
And so if they want to put a picture up of a loved one or anything, they can
Oh,
contact
let us
you
know.
as well?
Send it to me. Email it to me. Text it to me. I'll print it out.
Okay.
I'll make sure it gets put up. Then on September the 16th, the weekend after, Village Ink Therapy Tattoos holds a fundraiser for us. And they do small mental health tattoos, and they're $30 a piece, and it all goes back to us.
Okay.
And Brandon Lindsay, who owns Village Ink, he lost his brother to suicide.
Where is he at?
He's in Corinth.
Okay.
Back behind Kentucky Fried Chicken in that
Okay.
little plaza. But we all do suicide prevention. We all want to make sure that, you know, we're there and we're out there and we're always there for somebody, reaching out.
Well, we appreciate you coming by so
I
very
appreciate
much.
you guys.
We appreciate all the outreach, the connections, the support. It's just kind of wonderful to see folks sharing and just really being vulnerable about the issues that we needed to discuss and letting others know that there are resources out there.
Yeah.
So again, if you want any more information on anything that we've talked about today, leave us a message in the comments. When Dee gets back to her base location, she can post some more links to the events for September the 9th, the Remembrance Walk. You can post more about the tattoo charity event if you want to get that. So
and
you can.
That may be somebody you want to talk to, Brandon.
Absolutely, we'll get in touch with him.
I'll see him Saturday. We're not going to talk about that one.
Guys, thanks for watching
Thank
again.
you.
If you find any of this information helpful,
Thank you, Erin.
please share this information.
Yeah,
If you're
reach out.
replaying, #replay.